To the dreamers, the seekers, the wise, crystal lavender will reach in the skies. Through tarot and starlight will always roam. In the heart of the universe we found our home. Comes where the mystics play. We speak the language of the Milky Way. A touch of Venus, a kiss from the moon, guiding lost hearts with a sweet gentle tune.
Woo woo! Hello, Pisces. This is your reading for the rest of May. All right, let's see what we got for the rest of May. Can you believe that it's the rest of May already? We're already like pushing into June. All right, like where's it? It's all free, beep beep. So before we get right started with your reading, we are going to talk about this. This is my book. It is called Say You Love, and it is a testimony of triumph over the darkness of childhood, SA, and addiction. All right, and I wrote this book very honestly and vulnerably because I wanted to write it as a story of hope and inspiration for anybody that's sitting out there struggling, thinking that they're all alone or sitting in silence. Okay, you are not alone. You are worth it. Like, hi, my name is Crystal. I'm 4+ years in recovery. I am a recovered addict. All right, and I am very honest and vulnerable with my story because I don't want anybody to feel like they're alone. All right. So if you know anybody that's out there struggling with addiction or struggling with some sort of childhood abuse, you feel free to send them a copy of my book, or you can reach out to me if you would like. And I am always happy to talk to people, okay, about my recovery journey and about my story. This book is available on Amazon for $12.12. You could get a free copy of it on my website at crystal-lavender.com, or you could get a signed copy if you email me, okay? So if you know anybody that's struggling, please feel free to reach out. All right. Don't be scared. I do not bite. I might nibble a little bit, but that's about it. So yeah, you can get it on Crystal-Lavender. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen right there, crystal-lavender.com. You can also get a personal private reading, and I've got a 10% off coupon for any one of my available readings that I have on my website. And you can sign up for my free weekly newsletter. So free 90 free, you can get a free book and a free newsletter. All right. Just by going to crystal-lavender.com. All right, Pisces, what do we got going on for my beautiful Pisces collective for the rest of May? 1 week left for the rest of May. What do we got going on for Pisces for the rest of May? What are we doing, Pisces? What do we got? My beautiful Pisces collective. Pisces, what do we got for Pisces? Hiya. Queen of Wands, strength, the embodiment of strength. 9 of Cups, independence, strength. 2 of Wands in the reverse, juggling priorities. So it feels like there's a situation that you've got going on. I don't know if you're an avoidant or if you're dealing with an avoidant. There feels like there's somebody that's very terrified of losing their independence. All right. Like there's person that you're dealing with, or you, is extremely independent, like emotionally independent. You know, they might be super scared of connecting or having some sort of connection with someone. Like the idea of being connected to someone has always like brought up this fear and anxiety. All right. This person is scared of getting close, or you might be scared of getting close. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if you're an avoidant or if you're dealing with an avoidant, but you're also dealing with somebody that you've got past life history with. Like this is someone that's definitely part of your soul team or your soul tribe. You know, you might be feeling a little bit lucky in life in general for this week, but if you're dealing with a person, there's a lot of soul work that needs to be done through this person or with this person, or you're learning a lot about your soul with this person, or they're learning a lot about themselves. All right. This person could be doing a lot of inner work, you know, the 2 of Wands here. On the 7 of Wands, you know, they could be doing a lot of reflecting, or you could be doing a lot of reflecting, like inner evaluation of situations, evaluations of patterns, evaluation of like how they truly feel about something, or how you truly feel about something. But it feels like, or someone, it feels like this person is extremely terrified of losing their identity, or that's you that's extremely terrified of losing your identity with the 9 of Cups here. Because the 9 of Cups is a card of emotional independence. You know, this isn't just like financial independence. This is emotional independence. This is, I don't need no one. I don't need no how. Like like they're scared. I don't know if you're scared or they're scared to depend on anybody emotionally, because to them it has always brought up that anxiety. It's like it either it triggers from an emotional state from when they were young, or it triggers from an emotional state from when you were young. It's like attachment equals heartbreak in some way or another. So this person might be emotionally, like they're scared of becoming attached, or you're scared of becoming attached. There's definitely a fear of attachment here. Oh shit. But the Lovers card, so this is a very intense soul connection. Y'all have probably had lots of past lives before. You guys have probably played lots of different significant roles in each other's lives throughout your different lifetimes. Like some of them you were, you know, the lover, sometimes you were the man, sometimes you were the husband or the woman, sometimes you were the child, sometimes you were the mother. But I feel like this soul connection, this is such an intense soul connection. It stirs up all kinds of things inside of yourself or inside of themselves that they weren't quite ready to look at. It's like, well, ready or not, here it comes. All right. Could be doing a lot of soul searching, but it feels like either the one or the both of you, like especially if the both of you are scared of attachment, the Ace of Wands, if the both of you are scared of attachment, like there's going to have to be a whole lot of inner reflecting going on here. The Emperor. So you could be dealing with somebody that is the king of their castle, or they're the king, like maybe you guys are both the king of the castle. You guys both have the keys to your castle, you know, and neither one of you want to relinquish control over your independence. You know, like the idea of being in a relationship is almost like it almost feels like a like that means it's like it sets off all the alarms, you know, all these alarms go off like meh, 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 warning, warning, warning. Like being in a relationship, that's a sign of losing myself into someone else, or you know, becoming weak because I'm attached to this other person. It's like it sets off all the alarms, you know, because you have so much to do, and because they have so much to do. Like there's a real fear here of losing yourself inside of a relationship, or losing yourself inside of a connection. I really feel like somebody's scared of losing their independence. Like they don't want to lose their independence. But the Emperor and the King of Wands, you know, this person is extremely passionate. They have a lot of passion. Could be dealing with the fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The Emperor here could also, that's an Aries. You also got Gemini on the board. You know, but I feel like you're either you or this person is basing everything off of their past disappointments. It's like every time that I've gotten close to somebody, it's always equal danger. You know, getting close is dangerous. Getting attached is dangerous. Having emotions is dangerous. You know, and it's because they've had so much from their past. You know, but they don't realize that that's their own mental prison. You know, like the key is right there. The key to that door is right there. It could be all in their head, or it could be all in your head. I mean, the majority of most of our problems are in our head, right? But you might be dealing with an emotional, the 10 of Pentacles. You guys have so much potential. There's so much potential to be a power couple, to rule the fucking world. But there's so much fear here of losing your independence, you know, of being emotionally attached to somebody. It's like, if I'm emotionally attached to someone, that means like they have power over me, and it's like you don't want to give them no power over you. They don't want to give you no power over them. So they, like, you guys are keeping each other at an arm's distance because of the past experiences that you've had, you know. But can't bleed on people that didn't cut us, right? But it looks like through this experience, or through this journey, you guys are learning a lot about yourselves and about each other. You know, there's a huge soul lesson here. Like for some reason or another, there are things that you guys need to explore within each other, like to heighten yourself for your own soul's journey. Like there's an important mission that both of you need to learn from each other and through this experience with each other, to help you be I hate to say better humans, but more aware, to open your awareness, to lift your consciousness, to lift your conscious awareness about your own self, about your own path. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. I feel like you guys are extremely independent. And if it's not just you, it's the other person as well. Like, you guys are both extremely independent, and neither one of you want to sacrifice your freedom for connection, justice. But you feel like it's the right thing to do. Could be dealing with the Libra as well. The Justice card there. And the Star card could be an Aquarius. But you do see that there's a lot of hope. You do see that there's potential. But the potential is just potential, right? That's just, that's some sort of lofty idea. It's like everybody falls in love with somebody's potential. Like, no, hardly anybody actually falls in love with the person that they're dealing with, especially when it starts in the beginning, like everybody puts their best foot forward, and then 6 months later, you figure out you can't even stand the person. You can't stand the way that they talk, like how they respond to things, like the music that they listen to. It's like you guys end up having nothing in common whatsoever. And it doesn't feel like either one of you are wanting to jump headfirst into a situation, because you've experienced those types of situations before, where you've experienced that whole lovey-dovey, like honeymoon phase at the beginning. And it's like, once that honeymoon phase is over, it's like, it's back to searching for the next, like, okay, now what? Okay, now what? I need constant stimulation, constant like renewal, constant newness. And people have a hard time actually learning to fall in love, or they fall in love with the idea of being in love, not actually with the actual person that they're with, right? And I don't feel like either one of you are jumping headfirst into this situation. We do have the Three of Cups, which is a card of celebration. So if you're moving really slow, like, you might see that this person they're not going anywhere. Like, you might actually have a lot in common with them. Like, like neither one of you want to give up your independence. So you guys are both on the same page as far as that goes. But there is a lot of hope here, a lot of hope and a lot of potential. The Justice card, the Lovers card, that's equal give and take. That's the divine feminine, divine masculine. Like, you guys might have both integrated both your divine masculine and your divine feminine inside of yourselves. It could just be finding that higher part of you, like being in balance with your inner divine masculine and divine feminine. But I feel like this connection, or being connected to this person, stirs a lot inside of you, stirs a lot of emotion, or like you stir a lot of emotion inside of them. And maybe this person isn't a very emotional person. Like, they aren't into expressing their emotions. Like, they could be a logical, like, head over heart. This person likes to keep their head above water, per se, because they're scared of this heartbreak, so they avoid it. It's like they avoid it at all costs. But I mean, that's not healthy either. And you can't bleed on people who didn't cut you. So I don't know. The Three of Wands is like, you guys might have been off and on. You guys might have an off and on type of dynamic with each other, or it's like this person always comes back around. Like, if they leave, they always come back around, or if you leave, they always come back around. There's always like, it's like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's like, that they will always be there, or they'll always be within arm's reach. And that's kind of like, that is comforting and a little obnoxious all at the same time, right? But this looks like a very significant dynamic for your soul's evolution, for the both of you, with there being the Lovers card there. It means that you guys both feel the connection. You both feel the same intensity about this connection. Okay. What sort of action is going to be taken this week? Is there going to be any action this week towards this situation? This situationship, this relationship, situationship, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Some of y'all could be poly. Some of y'all could be just single, looking to mingle, but not really looking to settle down. You know what I mean? But that fear of losing your identity. Like, that's some real shit, man. Because once you have established your emotional independence, like, the idea of being connected to anyone else is terrifying. That's a terrifying feeling. It's like, okay, well, I've done so much work on myself, and then I let this person in. It's like, then I lose my identity in this person or in this relationship. And I don't think neither one of you want to do that. So you're cool where it's at right now. 9 of Pentacles, that's not very action-packed. 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, King of Swords. Just trying to remain honest and truthful, It feels like the both of you are committed to making it work in whatever dynamic that means. However that resonates for you, whatever works the best for you. Like, the both of you are dedicated to working on this relationship, learning, but you're also very logical. You're not, or this person is very logical. Head above water, man. Head above water. Mind over heart. It's like every time I let my heart make some decision, it makes some stupid ass decision. So you're not letting your heart talk. It's like your mind, you're very, very thinking it through, being very logical, not wanting to make any sort of stupid decisions. But it ain't going nowhere. Like, it's not going to end anytime soon with the Death card in reverse. So whatever you've got going on is what you've got going on, like, for this week, at least for the end of May here. It doesn't look like there is any sort of significant change in the dynamic of the relationship or in the way that you guys are expressive towards each other. The Empress. Be careful if you are dealing with anybody that can get pregnant, all right? Because it looks like they are at a very fertile time, or if you're dealing with somebody that's fertile, like, and you don't want that dynamic, make sure that you wrap it up, all right? Because that could be, you got the Tower and the Empress. They can be very sudden and unexpected, but it's like when you play with fire, you know what you're going to get, you know what I mean? So be careful of like, if that's not what you want, be mindful of where you're putting your things at, okay? Where your toys are. Like, be mindful of where you're putting your toys. Where you're parking your toys in your garage over there. Because it feels like it might be sudden and abrupt. That might be sudden and abrupt. Like, oh shit, pregnant? Oh shit. Now what? The Hangman. Looking at things from a whole new perspective and going inside and doing the inner work. I feel like this week you're just going to be really, like, reflective inside, looking at your patterns, being more aware of like how you, like, why you deal with the way you deal with things, why you do the things that you do, or handle situations the way that you handle them, like being more contemplative, like not necessarily of somebody else's movements, but your own. This person really stirs up a lot of questions inside of you. Like, I don't know if they hold up a big mirror, hold up a big mirror to things that you're not exactly comfortable seeing, or just something about this dynamic, like, brings some stress to you, makes you really reflect on what it is that you've got going on, or who it is that you've got going on, and you could just be wanting to rest, take a chill, rest. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot of movement. If anything, there's like taking a step back, and the Hermit card with the 4 of Swords, just taking a step back and being really reflective of what it is that you really want and how you really want to, what it is you really deserve. Like, what is it that I really want in my life? Like, do I really want this person in my life? Do I really want that other person in my life? Like, what is it that they bring to the table? Like, how do they respond to things? Am I going to hate the way that their music is in 6 months from now? Like, you don't want to stay with somebody until you end up hating them. You know what I mean? So don't, if you're trying to get rid of somebody, like, don't put it off just to save face. Okay. Like, make sure that you are being very direct with your communication. And do to thy own self be true is really service to not only God, but yourself. So just make sure that you are being honest with yourself, not only with other people, but truly with yourself. Okay, because most of the time that's what we do. We end up lying to ourselves about situations, looking through rose-colored glasses or trying not to be the bad guy. All right, you have full permission to be the bad guy. Be the bad guy, whatever you got to do. You know what I mean? Rather be punched in the face with the truth than kissed with the lie. All right. I love you guys so much. Please remember to hit that little like button on your way out and subscribe and leave me a comment. All right. And until next time, be good to yourself and others, always and always. And if you'd like personal reading, hit me up at crystal-lavender.com. All right. Love you. Bye.